I want to bring in now somebody who was walking toward the parade route, who lives close by, Kristen Carlson, who is now sheltering in place. She's joining us now. She has 2 young kids. Kristen, first of all, thank you for being with us. How are you? Where are you?
I'm in my mother's house in Highland Park, in the 200 block of Highland Park. And I think the shooting was around in the 600 block. So it's just a few blocks away. And we're sheltering in place in my mom's house.
Tell me what happened. What did you see and what did you hear?
We were running a little bit late today, and so we were walking down an alley, and we were going to sit on St. John's. St. John's intersects with Central. And I guess the shooting was on Central, but we were around the corner by St. John's, and we heard shots. It didn't register to me that they were shots. But then people started running. All these people were running at us, and they were screaming that there's a shooter and to run. And then the sirens were so loud, and just people just running at us, and then we were running. And then there were some people who weren't necessarily from the immediate area, and we gave them shelter in the backyard. And eventually everyone got home. They were picked up.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what I saw. I could hear sirens. There's a helicopter going overhead because the shooter's on the loose, and they're looking for him. And so we can hear the helicopter overhead. I don't live here anymore, but I'm afraid to get in my car and go back home.
Yeah.
So we're just hiding here in my mom's house.
And police have given that shelter in place. I know you have 2 young children, Kristen. Are they with you? Where are they?
I actually don't have 2 young children. I have a 20-year-old and a 17-year-old, and the 17-year-old is with me.
Okay.
We were helping young children try to reunite with their families.
Got it. Tell me more about that. Were there kids that had been separated from their families?
Oh, yes, because people just ran and they just left their stuff, and people just were running. It was terrifying, and you could see the terror on their faces. And I know that I helped a little boy named Andrew. I helped him get back with his family. And there was another little boy who maybe was 7, and he was by himself. And another little boy of about the same age came over to him and said, "What's your name?" And he said, "My name is Blake." And that little boy said, "Blake, run, come with me." And the little boy's family took Blake and they ran. They were just running. And then Blake's mom was panicked and looking for him. She didn't know where he was, and I don't know where he ended up. But I think he was safe, and I know this family was taking good care of him, and I know that there are children who were separated from their families, and local families are trying to reunite those kids. But it struck me that these kids were little, like between 7 and 10, and they were so composed. I mean, they were scared. They had terrified looks on their faces, but they were so composed because they've been through active shooter drills, and they knew what to do. They knew what to do. Because this is just commonplace now.
It's horrific, and the panic and the terror that I know you were feeling, and that these kids and these families were feeling, is in some ways unimaginable. How many people ended up going back with you, Kristen, to your mom's place, sheltering in your yard?
Maybe a dozen.
Wow. And you all just wanted to get
12.
Just to get to someplace safe, just to be somewhere away from the parade route, to be somewhere safe?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And it wasn't necessarily confirmed at the time that it was a shooter, but that was the word that was people were spreading, and we probably should have hidden the house. We didn't even think about that. we stayed in the yard. There were probably a dozen people, and eventually people came to pick them up.
At what point do you think you will feel safe, Kristen, heading out, leaving your mom's house, trying to drive home, especially considering what we know from law enforcement, which is that this suspected shooter is still on the run?
I don't know, like, if they catch him. I mean, I honestly don't know. I don't know a way to get out of here, go near the shooting. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know how long I'll be here. I hope that they catch him and then we'll feel safer leaving, but I don't know what to say.
Yeah.